In today's video, we are going to be building this simple one-page portfolio site using Framer. I'm going to show you guys how to do it from start to finish, and this is easy to follow along even if you're a complete beginner. Let's go. So first things first, if you head to the link in the description, you can head to Framer, and if you create a free account, it'll take you to something like this. So let's go to our dashboard, and we're going to choose blank project. So we're going to click here, we're going to go up here to layers, we're going to click layout here, and that's going to make this a stack. And pretty much everything we do in Framer, we kind of want to be a stack. We're going to go up here to layout, and then we're going to add 2 columns, and we're going to draw them in. Bang. We'll drag this to get rid of the gap. We want to click on each of these actually, and we want to go layout, and then we want to go layout as well. You can kind of see the direction of it. You can see how it stacks like that. So a stack is either going to go horizontal or vertically. Now on the left one, let's add in something. So we'll go image, and we will just draw an image up here. So if you've got a logo file, you can just click choose image and you can drop it in. In this case, I've just got this kind of simple thing here, which is kind of like an image and a logo, but maybe you've just got a standard sort of logo. And as you can see right now, it's being positioned in the center, and that's because that this is a stack, and we've got this kind of saying that we want it to position everything in the center and center like that, you know. And if we adjust things, let's also create a text box. So we'll press T, and we will say available now. If we click on this text and we go Shift and A, that's going to make that a stack. And the width of this, we actually just want to go fit content. And the reason, we're going to give this some padding. Let's just say like 16, and we'll give this a border of black, and let's just say 1 pixel. And then let's give it some corner radius as well. Let's just say 8. That looks quite good. And let's actually add another tiny little frame, and we're going to put that inside there. And let's just make this 24 pixels, and radius, let's go full on that. And then let's make this green. If we click on our left column here, let's actually change the background color to white. And if we select both of these, we can go Shift and A, and then we could change that to this direction. And then we'll make sure that these are positioned like that. You can see the image down there is getting a little bit clipped. So if we can click on our image, we can actually just change that to fit. Next thing we're going to add is some text. So we'll just click into here, and I'm going to use something like this. Font I'm going to go with is Inter, and just black, and that'll do for now. We'll duplicate this, so we'll click on it and go Command and D. Obviously this will be something relevant to yourself, but this is what I'm going to choose. It's kind of expanding outside the box. Well, we can go to width, and we can go fill, and that's just going to fill the text within the container box that we've got right now. Now, if we go down here to size, let's actually change this to, let's say 14, and then color, let's actually just make it something like this. Now, as you can see, our text is getting pushed right to the side of this box. So if we make sure that we're on our left stack here, we can give it some padding. So let's say 64. We're going to take this text layer again, and we're just going to go Command and D, duplicate that, and we'll take that down here. And let's change this to something like what I'm best at. And then this one here, we can just go Command and D, and we're just going to move this down underneath here, and then we can remove this frame as well. And we're going to reuse this. So we'll just choose something like website design, whatever it makes sense for you. But if we click on our text here, let's grab this color, and we're going to make these all the same color as well. And then the stroke, let's actually make it that color too. Once you do one, you can actually click on it, and then you can go copy style, and then you can click on both of these and then go right click, paste style. Let's make 6 of these all together. So we'll actually just duplicate them like that. We'll select all of these, and then we'll go Shift Auto Layout. And we'll actually go over here to grid, and that's how we want it to be. We want it to be 2 columns, 3 rows. If we select all of these, let's actually have these aligned at the start, and if we click on all the text as well, we can make sure that these are like, let's say 14. If we select this text and our grid, we'll put that in a stack using Shift and A, and then we'll have that positioned like that. We take this, and we'll make that a stack. We'll have it positioned like that, and then now you can see how it's kind of coming together. If we click on this stack here, you can see that it's pulling everything to the center. Well, we can actually go to distribute, and we can go space between. and that's going to push everything to the side, just like that. If we click on our left column here, we can go distribute and we can do the same, space between, and it's going to push everything like that. Right, now we want to select all three of these stacks and we want to go Shift and A and we want to make that a stack. And we actually want to change this to space between. Now the height of this, we actually want to go 90 VH. And then basically that's going to fill 90% of the viewport. And that'll make a bit more sense as we kind of go along here. But we're going to click on our left bar here and we're going to keep that as it is. We're actually going to change this to start. We'll change the name of this to left inner. And what we could do is we can go up here to position and we can go sticky. Now the width of our left inner, let's actually change this to something fixed. Now let's go 360 pixels, something like that. And then if we click on our left one, the width of that, we can go fit content. It might sound a bit confusing. It is a bit confusing to kind of wrap your head around, but the more you do it, the more it'll make sense. Right, now it's time to add in our work on the right column. Now we're going to create another stack inside this and we'll go up here to layout. And we'll just make a frame. So let's just go like that. And if we click here on layout, this frame, we're going to call this portfolio list. And the width of this, we will go fill, but then we're going to add a max width that is 1200 pixels. Because basically, if you're looking at this on a massive screen, you don't want it to scale the entire thing. You, at a certain point, you want it to be able to kind of stop. We'll go insert, and then we'll add an image into here. This is where you can start dropping in your work. So we've got something like this. Now, this image kind of has this background baked into it. That's just kind of how I've been doing it on my own site. But we can change a few things here. So we can give it like a border radius. It's going to give it some rounded corners. I would say like 8 maybe for this. And if we go up here to width, we're going to go fill. And we're going to click on this padlock as well. And basically what that's going to do is that is going to lock the aspect ratio, and you'll see what that does when we resize it over here. It's going to resize with the width of it, and the width's always going to be the same size as this sort of container that we have over here. So if we just duplicate this image a bunch of times, and we'll click on our portfolio list, and we'll change the height of this to fit content. And then if we go on our right column, we'll change the distribute to start. And then now, finally, we can get rid of that ugly blue. That is just there so we can see what we're doing. And then we'll go on our right column and we'll also get rid of that too. Portfolio list, let's actually give that a little bit of padding too. Let's say like 16. So if we preview it, what does it look like? It looks like this. Okay, things are getting cut off. Things aren't really scaling properly. So click on our main desktop there and you can see it's got a fixed height. We'll change that to fit content. Within that, our container also has a fixed height. So we'll change that to fit content. Our left column also has a fixed height and we'll change that to fill. And our right column also has a fixed height, but we're going to change that to fit content. Now if we preview it, we've got a bit of a portfolio on the go. You can see our left column's kind of scrolling a little bit. Well, we could fix that very easily. So, you know, we added 64 pixels padding to this box here. What we can do is we can add 64 to this, and basically that's going to kind of lock it in so that when we do scroll, it's just going to stay properly positioned at the top there. Now what's left to do? Well, there's a few things. We'll just quickly change all the images out so they're at least a little bit different. Also, when you're working with big images like this, you definitely want to compress them. You don't want to have large images. You don't want your website to take ages to load. So you can compress it using something like tiny PNG or change them to WebP. But let's actually take a piece of text here and we're going to copy that and then we're just going to paste that outside of our canvas. And here we're going to change this text to start project. And what we could do is we can go insert, and then we could go icon, and we can go, I don't know, whichever one, iconic. And that's going to give us a little icon. Now we're going to click on this, and then we're going to find an arrow, little right arrow. Now if we drag that beside our text, we select both of them, then we'll go Shift and A, make that a stack. And then the gap between them, let's say 8. And then let's give it some padding. So let's say 16 and let's give it a fill of black. And then the radius will go full. And then if we select both of the things inside it, we can change the color of those to white. And then we got a little button. And if we go right, we can maybe change that to 24. And we can maybe change this to 24. Font weight, let's go medium. And we got a button. So let's actually call this primary button. And if we right click on it, we can go create component. Primary button, we'll go create. Now this is where you can add some different states for it. So we can click here and then we can go hover and we can add a hover state to it. So what do we want to do? Maybe on this one, we want to have the gap turn to like 12. So let's just see how that looks. And if we go up here to link to, we can go create variable. And you know, if we want it to be a new tab, basically what this is going to allow us to do is it's going to allow us to add a link to our component, which is down here. So if you want it to link off anywhere, you can click on your button and it'll go like that. So let's copy this and then let's paste this into this stack here. And then let's duplicate it as well. We're going to make 2 buttons, but this one, we're actually going to go detached instance and we're going to make a slightly different version of this. So we'll delete the arrow and then we'll go, let's chat. And then we'll change the background color of this to like a soft gray. And then we'll change the font color. Using the same process, we can go create component. And then we'll change this to secondary button. This time, let's actually just take the fill down slightly when you hover over it. Select both buttons, we'll go Shift and A, and we'll have these sit side by side. And we'll distribute these at the start, just like that. Now you can just go and start making some final little tweaks. Like for example, you can take both of these texts and you know, maybe you like how these are positioned there, but you want to add more space. So then you can kind of make everything just kind of separate little groups. You can start adding some spacing between things, get it kind of dialed in just how you want. We can reduce some of the padding on this actually. You can basically just start fine tuning it on the desktop view like this, because the next step is very simple because we've got a very simple design here. We can go up here to desktop and then we can add a breakpoint. We'll go tablet. We will also go phone as well. Now you can see it's a little broken, right? And that's kind of as expected. So click on our main container within our tablet view and you can see we've still got the 2 columns, but it's getting a little small. So let's actually change that to just stacking everything. And then the height of our left column, let's change that to fit. And then left inner, we'll change this to fit as well. And then we'll add some space between each of these things. And this is what it'll look like on tablet. And then if we look at the mobile view, our left column, we'll change that to fit, change this to fill, and then we'll change the padding of this to 32. We'll change this to fit, and then we'll just add in some padding there. It's very easy though. If you've got a simple design that works on desktop, Framer is so easy for just kind of making it responsive. You know, it works its way down. So the changes that you make on desktop will be applied to tablet, which will be applied to mobile. But there you go. That is very quickly how you can end up with a portfolio site that is super easy to update. Whenever you come to this and you want to update anything, you can literally just click on one of your images. You can go Command and D, drop in any different piece of work, and you'll see it update across all your things. And then all you've got to do is go publish. As a final little optional step, if you guys wanted to really elevate your images to videos, you could use Show Off for that. That is my own app. So if you go to this link here, you can create these stunning visual mockups. And there you have it, guys. I've made a couple little final tweaks with it, but it's looking something like this. If you guys want to grab this exact template, you can. There's a link here and it's also in the description. And you can basically click on that, click remix, and you can launch it immediately for yourself as your own site. So if you've not got a portfolio and you just need something quick and simple, I think this is a great way to do it. If you guys like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this, and I will catch you guys soon with another video.